Hey guys, my name's Chris Diebold. I'm a sound editor based out of Los Angeles. Today we're going to be talking about vehicle workups and how an extensive workup can really save you a bunch of time and energy in your editorial. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the 2001 Mustang Workup from the Pro Sound Effects Odyssey Collection by Mark Mangini and Richard Anderson. Let's talk about what makes a great vehicle workup. In my opinion, every workup should consist of extensive mic angles of every action that a car performs. This kind of thing is actually really hard to find, in my opinions. Most of the workups that we use in the industry are recorded by ourselves or by our supervisors. I think this is just because it's a really hard thing to access. It's very difficult to record a car because you have to have a lot of microphones and a lot of different angles, and you have to know exactly what to record. And then on top of that, it can be really expensive. This library honestly consists of every kind of mic angle you could possibly look for in a car workup. Some of these angles here, I'll give you an example of the most important things that I'm looking for in a workup. Approaches. There should be an extensive list of approaches, which this library obviously has a bunch. Aways. It's also important to have onboard exterior angles. And these are the ones that are really hard to record because, typically you have microphones inside the engine. You'll also have mics out by the tailpipe. Another angle that's really important is the onboard interior angle. This is just for the driver's point of view. And of course, pass-bys, different variations of that. Miscellaneous things. This is also nice to have. I mean, you have car doors and key clicks. These kind of sounds are just really useful because it keeps the whole recording cohesive. And then skids as well. This is something really cool about this library is it includes a lot of skids. Okay, so let's pop over into Pro Tools so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to be using a video of two Mustangs racing each other, courtesy of Beau Borders, who's a re-recording mixer here in Los Angeles. This guy also races cars. Freaking awesome. So the vehicle that I cut to was the white car. So let's take a listen. Okay, so let me just go over all the predubs so you guys know exactly what's in this session. So the first predub consists of all the engine recordings. So this is all exclusively from the 2001 Mustang library. My second predub is of gears and suspensions. The third predub is of tires, and the last is just design elements. So these are just booms, hits, stingers, things like that to help emphasize the cuts. So I'm just going to play the engines so we can listen to the different angles that are there. These tracking shots can be difficult because you always have to have really good onboard exterior recordings, which this library has plenty of. There is a ton of that stuff that is super useful. My process for cutting something like this, I did this really fast. It didn't take me too long just because the library was so extensive. The first thing I'll do is go through and cut just the engines. So I make sure that, typically if you're cutting a racing scene, you're going to want the engines to always sound like they're speeding up, just to keep the energy level up. And that kind of thing can be difficult with some workups because there's not enough material. But with this one, it was super easy because there's just tons of stuff available for you. So here, let me dive into all the different angles here, so we can listen to the differences between each of them. So this is the interior angle, which sounds great, by the way. These recordings are also they're very, you could tell there was a lot of attention and detail put into recording this stuff by guys that really know what they're doing. If you guys want to try this out yourself, Pro Sound Effects is offering a light vehicle workup that can be found at the bottom of this video. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, guys.